Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Christopher. I'm here with yet another new guitar. New to me, I should say. Quick story about how I acquired this. I did a search on Craigslist. I was just running through, bored, and I found this guitar. Somebody was offering it on Craigslist, and I offered them a trade for my beloved Telecaster, my Warmoth Telecaster. Probably the most beautiful guitar I've ever owned. I loved it. I had it for not even a year, actually. And I kind of got tired of it. The Tele sound is a wonderful thing. It has its place. But for what I do with my music, it didn't quite fit so good into that mix. I needed something humbucker equipped. I have them. I have Charvels. Those things fit the bill. But I constantly crave new gear. I have gas in a big way, which is gear acquisition syndrome, if you guys don't know that. So I got this lovely Kiesel Zeus. This guitar is outstanding. I've always wanted to try a Kiesel. So when I saw this on Craigslist, I knew I had to throw a big gun at it in order to get it, you know? So I spent almost $1,800 on my Tele. This, if you build it, is not that much, but it's close. It's about $1,600, and this is in absolutely tip-top shape as far as the body and the neck and everything else is concerned. The hardware, the frets, everything's pretty much mint. The one thing that wasn't mint were the pots that were in here. The guy that had this installed push-pull pots on there. And I'm certain this is why he didn't want the guitar anymore. I don't think that he understood that he had pots for active electronics in there, which are 25K pots. And if you try to run passive pickups into those pots, it cuts the signal in a big way, and they sound like mud. They sound really bad, actually. And in fact, when I got this guitar, it didn't have the Seymour Duncans, which are in it now. It had the Kiesel lithiums in there, which I never gave a chance because when I plugged the guitar in, I was like, ugh, this kind of sounds gross. So I had a set of Seymour Duncans, and I popped them in, soldered it up, and in the soldering process, I noticed that the pots were 25K, and I was like, ugh, like that's why it sounded like dink. So I took the pots out. I put 500K pots in, which is what you want to have with humbuckers, and it sounds insane. I got a JB and a Jazz, so a JB in the bridge and a Jazz in the neck, Seymour Duncan pickups, which is a standard. Like, they are amazing sounding pickups. I love them. I also put in the Schaller 5-way Mega Switch P, which gives you the PRS switching, so every position is dead silent. If I have a 5-way switch, it's getting replaced with this bad boy because it's the best switch in the world. If you have a 5-way blade switch with 2 humbuckers, get this switch. You're gonna love it. I'll show you the tones that I get. So I did an electronics swap entire, like everything in here is new, including the jack. By the way, here's the Schaller switch, should you ever go searching for it. And it's the Mega Switch P, as it says here. Amazing switch. They can't be beat. Whenever I buy one, I buy an extra one so that I always have one on hand. The switch, not the switch, the output jack that I've installed is this. It's a Pure Tone output jack. They can't be beat. Those switches are amazing, or output jacks are amazing. I don't know if you can see it in here. I'll try to get it so you can. But inside there's 2 posts for the ground and 2 posts for the hot signal. So the tall ones pinch the hot signal, and then in between there, and I don't know if you can see it through the plastic or not. I apologize if you can't. But there's 2 connections for the ground as well, so you're double connected on everything, which just gives you a much more solid input jack when it clicks in. and it helps to reduce any kind of ground signal noise that you might get because of a loose switch or whatever. Or I keep calling it a switch, I'm sorry, a loose jack. I love them. I put them in all my guitars now. So those are my two staples, the output jack from Pure Tone and the Schaller Mega Switch. So enough of that. This is a beautiful, beautiful guitar. It's got, I believe, a one-piece ash body with an ash top in jet black. It's got the drop shadow white Kiesel over black. I put in Seymour Duncan JB and Jazz, switching like I mentioned. It's got a bird's eye maple fretboard. It's pretty beautiful. Stainless steel frets, black dot inlays. Of course, it's headless because the Zeus. The neck is a 5-piece walnut with 2 maple stripes. Very cool. This guitar is built so well. You can see the contours on the body back where the bridge makes contact there, and you can see the high-level creature comforts here. Got the belly cut in the back. It's actually very simple as far as the guitar goes, but man, it just plays amazingly. The action on this, I doubt you can see it, but the action is unbeatable. I've never had better action on a guitar. It's absolutely flat. I can't, I wish I could get an angle for you to really see it, but just an astounding guitar. It sounds amazing. I was skeptical at first about the bridge, like how's it gonna react, how's it gonna work, because I've had some bridges on headless guitars in the past that, you know, the way they turn is weird, but the way this bridge works is pretty cool. Inside there, you can see, I don't know if you can see, the string, just kind of the ball end sits in a cup, and that cup gets pulled back as you twist these knobs and tighten them. It just pulls the string, and it's really, really smooth. It doesn't take long to get up a pitch at all. It's maybe 3 or 4 turns and you're up to pitch, and it's remarkably stable. I've put this in a gig bag, brought it to practice, brought it home, still perfectly in tune, you know, once your strings stretch in. I should also mention it's got the glow-in-the-dark lumen lay side dots, which comes in very handy. In fact, that's a big reason why I was so easy to let go of my Tele. As flamey and stripey flamed as that neck was on my Telecaster, in a dark room, it had black dot inlays. So when you're in the dark on a stage and you're looking at your neck and you're like, oh my God, the flame stripes actually confuse you as to where the frets are. So all those flame maple striping that was going on was like, what? It would really confuse me against the neck in a dark room. Of course, I've got these Lakota, I think they're called, straps. They're awesome. They're made out of buffalo hide, which is, you know, not pet friendly, I guess, if you're into buffalo. But amazingly soft strap. And let's hear this guitar. So again, I'm going through my GT1000 pedal board. But today I'm coming out of my JBL studio monitors. That's the beauty of coming out of a pedal like this that has cab emulators. You can pretty much run it out of any speaker set. And I'm using my standard patch. It's hilarious. I have this pedal that does 8 million things, and I use one patch primarily. But hey, you know, I'm one of those guys. So let's get some tones going. I'm going to start out heavy because this patch is cool. So I'll run through the bridge, and you'll hear the different switching spots and how quiet they are. So here's the bridge pickup. that shimmery reverb. So that's a bridge, and you'll hear it when I go to the 2 position. You get really amazing stratty tones, which blows my mind that you can just get that today with these modern, you know, switching systems. But here's a bridge again, and I'm going to switch to the 2. Bridge. Here's the 2. Get that amazing quack that you'd get out of a single coil pickup. And I believe what it is the outer coils, not in series, but in, not phase either, parallel. Whew, holy crap. So it's the outer coils in parallel in the 2nd position, and it sounds really quacky and beautiful. And if I turn off the overdrive on the pedal, you get a really good... And now if I turn my volume down like 30% about, I clean up. It's a little bit of a gritty clean, but if I turn it down a little more, I'll get even cleaner. Really love that. That's why this patch, I basically don't step off of it the whole night that I play, because I can get so many tones with one guitar and one patch. I don't have to tap dance all night, which is a beautiful thing. So here it is, full volume. And then turned down with my volume knob. And the 3rd position is the outer coils in series. And if you don't know what in series means, that means that they're basically feeding one another. When you're in parallel, you can kind of consider it like 2 signals next to each other that leave down the cable at the same time. But they're still kind of independent signals. They're not combined. That's how I think of it anyway. But in series, the 2 signals combine and become a bigger signal. So it's like one amplifies the other and then leaves the guitar. So the 3rd position is louder. So you get this versus this. Not sure if you can hear that through YouTube, but it's a much bigger signal. It's really cool. It's good in good situations where you need to just boost real quick. You can do that if you're in the 2 and the 3. Sorry, 2 or the 4. The 4th position is the inner coils in parallel. So you get that nice stratty quack again. So it's really good tone. And then if I turn it down, it cleans up. 4 position. Here's the neck. Turn the overdrive back on the pedal. Turn down the neck pickup on my guitar, it doesn't clean up quite as much. Then again, my overdrive is still on. Turn the overdrive off. It gets a little bit clean, but it's like a gritty clean. Love it. So that's the Kiesel Zeus. I absolutely love this guitar. If you can get your hands on one, do it, because it's worth every penny. I can't wait to build my own. And of course, if you've never been to the Kiesel website, you should go, because you can do a guitar builder and just see how much it's going to cost to build the guitar that you want. You can get any kind of top, you can get any kind of wood, all kinds of different colors. You can get different pickups in it. You can even get the Fishman pickups in it if you want to. You can get this in a fan fret. You can get this with a floating tremolo bridge. Amazing instrument. Highly recommend them. Check out a Kiesel Zeus if you can, man. It's badass. It's my new favorite guitar. And I know I say that every time I make a video, but it's true. I love this thing. I think it was a very well executed trade. I'm glad that I did it. So, till the next video, YouTube. Peace out. Talk to you later.